Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Vishwajit Shaha, lecturer, Department of Microbiology, Vijay Krishna Girls College, Howrah. For the past 13 years I am working there, and in this particular video I am going to discuss about how to design a primer and how to design a probe by using Primer 3 software. This is going to be a very important video for those research scholar who want to make amplification of a particular gene via PCR. In order to do PCR, they need to design a primer, and we are designing a primer here by using Primer 3 software. And after a primer designing, we need to check that after amplification of the PCR whether your particular gene is getting amplified or not. And if your gene is getting amplified, particular gene of interest is getting amplified, we need to cross check by using some probe. So we need to check whether this probe will specifically bind to that of the particular gene of interest or not. So let's start. So initially we have to type https://www.ncbi.nlm.nih.gov/nuccore. So this is the particular website, and after getting the particular website there is a search engine. So we can design the primer for both eukaryotic cell like Homo sapiens, we can design the primer for prokaryotic cell like bacteria. So let's start with the bacteria first. Say I am choosing Bacillus thuringiensis. Bacillus thuringiensis Cry1A gene. So I need to amplify this Cry1A gene, and this is a very important gene for the development of the Bt toxin. So I am going to click the search engine, and after making search you have to consider this bacteria should be there. You can customize this thing by clicking all of the animal, plant, fungi, protista, bacteria, archaea, virus, etc. So because it is a bacteria, it is okay. I am okay with all of it, and you can see there are 41 datas available in this website. And in the first case, Bacillus thuringiensis isolate BTUPC3 Cry1A gene, partial CD277 base pair linear. So I am clicking this thing. So you can get an idea that what is the accession number, that is MG271934, the size of the gene, that is 277 base pair, it is a DNA, and in 5th August 2018 this particular publication has been made. So there are many publications available, many data available, but if you scroll down you can see this is the sequence, that is starting from 1 to ultimately 277 base pair. So you need to make right click, make a copy of this particular sequence, and you can go for the Primer 3 software. This is a free software available, Primer 3 input version 0.4.0. this is a backdated version, but I am clicking this. You can see there is a newer version available of Primer 3 that is at this particular website. So I am clicking the newer version, and now you can see the version has been changed, Primer 3 web version 4.1.0. so I am using this Primer 3 newer version 4.1.0, and you can see there is a box available, and I am pasting my sequence, 277 base pair sequence of the Bacillus thuringiensis Cry1A gene. And now you can see there is a pick left primer. So I am clicking this thing. Already by default it is given. Pick the right primer, so you can click this one. And now the third one is a prick hybridization probe. This hybridization probe is absolutely essential, because after generating primer and say you are performing PCR reaction and somehow not one but 2 or 3 bands has been amplified. That means 2 or 3 particular gene has been amplified and you are getting 2 or 3 band. So you need to check that among these 3 band that you have generated, which one is your gene of interest. That is why you need to pick the hybridization probe. So you can cross check. So I am clicking this hybridization probe. So I need this hybridization probe. So now you can see there is a series of things present at the left, but I am thinking about the overlapping junction. So say this is starting from 1 to 277 base pair, and I need to amplify say 120 region. That means if I am selecting 120, that means the forward primer should bind before 120 and the reverse primer should bind after 120. So the region 120 must be amplified. Okay, if I am selecting say 130, in that case the forward primer should bind before 130 and the reverse primer should bind after 130. So the region 130 will be amplified. So this is the region, this is the thing that you need to allow this overlapping junction number, at least a particular portion that you need to amplified. So now you can see there are some conditions available. The primer size, the minimum size is 18 and the maximum size is 24. So say I am selecting maximum size 22, in that case optimum size will be 20. The primer temperature, melting temperature for primer is given 57, so I can change this thing to say 58 degree, maximum is 62 degrees, so the optimum will be say 60 degrees. So I can change all of this thing. I am not changing the product TM, and primer GC minimum concentration is 30%, the maximum is 70%, so I can change this thing. Minimum say 40% and maximum say I am selecting say 60%. So in that case optimum is 50% is okay. And now if you scroll down once again, you can see here internal oligo general condition. That means this is the condition for the probe. So again I can select the size of the probe, internal oligo size minimum 18, maximum 27. So I can change this thing to say once again maximum 22, in that case optimum is 20. Internal oligo TM is 57, say I am changing this thing to 58 once again, and maximum TM is given say 62. Internal oligo GC say 20 and maximum 80, optimum 50%, it is okay. So now we need to pick primer. So I am going down and you can see there is an option called pick primer. So I am clicking this pick primer portion, and you can see a new page will be opened, and you can see this is your left primer, the sequence is here. The right primer, the sequence is also given, and this is the internal oligo, that means the probe has been given. So the left primer starts from 104 region, the right primer starts from 270 region. That means say I am covering 120 or something like that. In that case this particular region is actually amplifying within 120 region. Okay, so that is the reason why I am choosing that. I am say once again I have chosen 120 overlapping junction or 120 region. So that is the reason why these two primers actually binding before 120 region and after 120 region. And you can see this particular GA, GGG, CT, the percentage of GC content is 47.62, it is okay. In case of right primer, the percentage of GC is 55, that is also okay, because whenever you are choosing a primer, you need the concentration of GC must be between 40 to 60%, so it is within 40 to 60%, and the concentration of GC in the oligo is also 50%, so it is all of these things is okay. And there is no hairpin structure present, 0 for the forward primer, for the reverse primer no hairpin structure is available. And if you see this particular region, this is the sequence of the bacteria Cry1A protein, and your forward primer that is binding at 104 position, you can see this 104 position. So this is the region where the forward primer is binding. So and the reverse primer is binding at 270 position, you can see here the reverse primer is binding, and the internal oligo sequence is recognizing the 230 region. So this is the position of the internal oligo. you can see the internal oligocyte. So all of these things can be given in the bottommost of this particular page. But now you need to know that whether this left primer or right primer that you have already made, this primer is actually amplifying only that CRY1A protein, or it is not amplifying to other genes. So this is a very vital thing, because you have designed a primer and you have, say, taken Bacillus thuringiensis gene and you need to employ these two primer, and somehow this primer can bind to your gene also and can bind to other gene. If it is possible, if they are binding to other genes, then the other genes can also be amplified. So this is not desirable, and that is the reason why I need to check whether this particular primer is for CRY1 protein or not, and that is why I am selecting the left primer, make a copy, and now I am clicking to say BLAST, NCBI BLAST. So after getting the NCBI BLAST web page, basic local alignment search tool, you must go for the nucleotide BLAST. So I am clicking the nucleotide BLAST because I am dealing with the DNA, and you can see there is a search engine where you can employ the accession number or FASTA sequence. So I am pasting my forward primer here, and this is a nucleotide collection. You can give the name of the organism, that is optional. Okay, and you can go for the highly similar sequence. I am going for the mega blast. Many other options are also available. So this is by default given highly similar sequences. So I am clicking the blast. So after clicking the blast, you can see request ID, status is searching, submitted at and current time, and times is submission is increasing. So they will take, say, 15 seconds to 20 seconds, and you have to wait for that time. By the way, they are selecting all the possible genes where this particular primer will bind, and you can see after, say, 20 seconds the search has been completed, and you can see this particular primer is 100% similar to that of the Bacillus thuringiensis HD1 to plasmid, or you can say Bacillus thuringiensis plasmid number PY, etc. So these are the particular area where this particular primer is actually can bind. So we can't see any kind of CRY1 protein. So in that case, here you can see it is 100% similar to the CRY1 here, partial CD. So as you can see, this particular primer can bind to Bacillus thuringiensis different strain with a different region. So in that case, I need to change the primer also. And in this case, what you can do, you can simply change the position. You can simply change the position. Say my overlapping junction is, say, now 125, and I am picking the primer, and now you have a left primer, something like that. It is starting from 109 position. So make a copy, go for the NCBI BLAST website, and now I am adding the primer. So I am pasting the primer, and after that again go for BLAST. And now again you have to wait for some time. By that time they will search with the all available data present in their website. So already 23 seconds has been gone, passed out. We have to wait for some time more, depending on the internet connectivity. And now you can see this is the result, and 100% similar. My primer is 100% similar to Bacillus. Yes, now you can see it is Bacillus thuringiensis strain number crystal insecticidal protein CRY1E. So this is, they can recognize the CRY1E. And now the second option, again it is recognizing the CRY1AB protein. Again it is recognizing the CRY1A protein. So that means this primer is much more good from that of the primer that we are using previously. In the same way, you can go for the reverse primer. You can select the reverse primer, right primer, and you can go for the NCBI BLAST so that you can check whether this particular reverse primer is actually recognizing Bacillus thuringiensis Cry1A protein or not, because here we can see they are 100% similar. They are getting they will amplify the Bacillus thuringiensis Cry1A protein definitely. Okay, so in this way you can definitely go for the primer and the probe, how to design a primer for bacteria, how to design a probe. Now we are actually going to design a primer for the eukaryotic cell like human. So again I am searching ncbi.nlm.nih.gov/nuc core, and say I am selecting Homo sapiens, that is we Homo sapiens, and I am selecting say CD2 gene, say Homo sapiens CD2 gene. So I am clicking the search engine, and this is not bacteria, so we have to customize. This is the animal. So now I am clicking animal, and I am going for the mRNA. Say I am clicking mRNA. So now these are the available data: Homo sapiens CD2 molecule transcript variant 2 mRNA, Homo sapiens CD2 molecule transcript variant 1 mRNA, and there are many more, but basically you should not take complete CD. Here you can see complete CD, so you should not take this kind of thing. So I am clicking the first one, Homo sapiens CD2 molecule transcript variant 2 mRNA, and again you can see the accession number has been given, the base pair has been provided, it is an mRNA, and it is a 7 June 2021, so it is a very recent publication, and there are many publications where it is getting published, the journal, the reference author, the title, all of this thing has been given. So if you scroll down, you can see the exon portion. The first exon starts from 1 to 124. Now if you go down further, you can see the second exon starting from 125 to 445 region. The third exon starts from 446 to 676. The fourth exon starts from 677 to 799, and the fifth exon starts from 800 to 1565. And then there is a regulatory sequence, and then there is a poly A site. So I am not thinking about these two things. The last exon starts from 800. Remember this 800. The last exon starts from 800, and this is the particular sequence starting from 1 to ultimately 1561. So I make a copy of this particular sequence, go for the Primer 3 software once again. So this is the newer version. I have to go for Primer 3 web version 4.0.1. so this is the dialog box where you should paste your sequence and pick left primer, pick right primer, and I am also picking the hybridization probe. And now the overlapping junction I am selecting 800, because the last exon starts from 800. So if we select 800, so that particular region must be amplified. The forward primer should bind before 800, and the reverse primer should bind after 800. Okay, so now we should go to change this particular thing, that is primer size 18, maximum size say 22. Primer TM 57 and 62, it is okay. The primer GC content say it is 40% and say it is 60%, and say I am also changing this condition, it is 58 degree, and this is optimum should be 60 degree. And you can also change the condition of the internal oligo. Once again, the minimum size is 18, maximum size is 27. The internal oligo TME has been provided, internal oligo GC has been also provided. So I am now going to pick the primer, and these are the left primer, this is the left primer. The percentage of GC is 50%. For the right primer, the percentage of GC is 55, and the internal oligo, the percentage of GC is 55% actually. So this particular left primer is binding at 789 position, so it is covering 800. The right primer is binding to 1032, so it is also covering the 800 region. So you can see the 789 starts from something here. So this is the position of the left primer, and the position of the right primer is 1032. So you can see the right primer is binding here about 1032. Okay, and the internal oligo is actually recognizing this particular region, so it is absolutely okay. So we can select the left primer to check whether this left primer is actually recognizing that particular gene, not to any other gene, and that is why I am also going for the NCBI BLAST website once again, doing in the similar way. So go for the nucleotide BLAST. Again, in the search engine I am pasting the data forward primer, and then I can give Homo sapiens say taxid 9606, and then I should click BLAST. So they will take some time so that they can search with all available data depending on the internet connectivity and the gene primer. It will take around 15 to 20 seconds or sometimes 25 seconds. So within a very short period of time you can see the result has been generated, and you can see this forward primer is actually recognizing Homo sapiens CD2 molecule transcript variant 100%. In the second case it is also recognizing the Homo sapiens CD2 molecule. So that means your particular primer is absolutely okay. This primer will recognize the CD2 molecule very much. And if you go for the reverse primer now, if you want to check the reverse primer whether this reverse primer is okay or not, go for the NCBI BLAST site once again, and removing the forward primer, now we are pasting the reverse primer, and once again I am giving Homo sapiens taxid 9606, and I am going for the BLAST, mega BLAST, highly similar sequences. So again they will take some time, and within a period of say 15 seconds they will generate the data. So again you can see this reverse primer is actually recognized Homo sapiens CD2 molecule transcript variant 1 or Homo sapiens CD2 molecule transcript variant 2. So that means your forward and reverse primer is absolutely okay. They are recognizing the CD2 molecule. So in this way you can design a particular primer, and you can use this primer so that you can amplify a particular target gene, and by getting the oligo sequences you can also recognize whether your particular gene is getting amplified or not. I think you have understood how to design a primer for bacteria and for the eukaryotic cell like Homo sapiens. And if you have any question you can write in the chat box. In that case I will definitely provide you the answer. Thanks you.